This is a week that we call Craigy Festival, which started 6 or 7 years ago when we realised that there was a lot of activity around the bonfire but nothing positive. And so we wanted to try and put on a week for the community, for the kids, for the parents, with an event each evening. And over the years we've seen a huge improvement with the relationship between the bonfire builders, the local school and the local church. Welcome to Craigy Bonfire. As you can see in the background, it's about half its size and people come from all over to visit it. When I first came here 9 years ago, it was tires only, and over the last 9 years, about 7 of those we've seen a change that has become mostly wood. This year, unfortunately, due to a local dispute, there's tires back in it again, but the local church and the local community have been very involved in trying to ensure that the bonfire becomes an all-age family thing.
Okay, so since the renovation of the hall is now used by up to 200 people in any given week. Different agencies use the hall, one of which is our own Fruit Band Church, which did transfer over from the old hall, now using this one. Fruit Band Church was originally formed as an outreach within the local parish area. The Reverend Muckamore, when he came, formed Fruit Band Church to reach the people of the parish, given the parish makeup. Over the years, Fruit Band Church has expanded, and our aim now is to reach out to the bands community throughout Northern Ireland and further afield if possible. Back in May of this year, I was appointed as the Fruit Band Church outreach worker, and it is my role to put in place means of outreach to reach those guys where they are and in what they're doing, bringing a little taste of Jesus to the band community where it's all happening, at parades and at events.
Hi, my name's Karen and I'm from St Jude's parish in Antrim. I've been asked to discuss a wee bit about my experience with Alpha. First night of Alpha, I was sitting on the edge of my seat and I want to know more. And it got to the stage where every week I couldn't wait to go to the Alpha course and just find out more and learn more. I found myself, slowly but surely, things were starting to change for me in my life and my way of thinking. And William was so kindly, offered his services to our group to do another course, which was called A Life Worth Living. And in Life Worth Living, we studied the book of Philippians, and that is all about God's joy and peace and grace, and we all flourished in that wee group. It has transformed my life. Alpha definitely. I honestly never thought that I would get to where I am today.
I came on board St Jude's. I was asked by the rector, William Moore, if I would be interested in joining MPDA from a community representation. He asked, I said yes, certainly would be, get involved, sort of bring, members of the band maybe into the church and such like. My involvement this year has been, I organised a kids soccer coaching at Craigy Primary School in the mornings between 10 and 12 o'clock, involving a local group called Soccer Society. So on the Thursday night, we had an arch opening in Craigy, which involved Craigy Old Boys Flute Band and some local Orange men parading around the estate. I would certainly, I would say to other people out there who's interested, maybe our band members or lodge members or whatever, come on board, support your local church, try and get, the band music, band scene, Orange, everything back into the church.
Well, This is Wednesday night, and we're about to start the filling station here in the old schoolhouse. And the filling station is really about drawing Christians from different areas in the town and the community to come together, to worship together in a more contemporary style, and to have good teaching, and then to go back filled up into their own church communities and to help to bring renewal there with their clergy and their ministers. When I arrived here 4 years ago, this building was derelict. And I remember trying to walk into this building one day and couldn't even go into it because of the pungent smell of droppings from pigeons. So over the past year and a half, the building has been restored, and our whole aim now is to use this for the local community. And many groups are starting to use it and find their way into the church and into the community of faith through this particular platform. But other things go on in this building, and we have a thing called Stepping Stones, which is a little bit like Messy Church, but really aimed at trying to draw baptism families back into the church through this really as a platform. So maybe in the future this may actually become their worshipping community, as it's really to do with organic growth. One of the other things we set up here 2 years ago was Christians Against Poverty, the centre for really the Ballymoney borough. And the head office works out of here, but we've just set up the first life skills course in Ireland, and that's really helping people on low incomes and maybe people particularly with learning difficulties to manage their finances, to know how to shop, to set up a budget. And really our aim with this building is to build bridges of hope into this community and this borough.
I'm Beth Thompson, I'm the Debt Centre Manager here in Ballymoney, and we have a Christians Against Poverty Debt Centre. It's been on for 2.5 years now, and it's just been one of the best things ever that happened to myself and to the parish. We can help, we can do our best, and we go out, we find out all about them, and we pray with them and we pray for them. We've seen that we have a prayer team, we have prayer emails, we've seen those prayers answered in ways that we didn't think were possible. I suppose God knows the answer, we don't know the answer, and it's taught us a lot about Him as well. So, let's keep going.
One day every tongue will confess you are God. One day every knee will bow. Still the greatest treasure remains for us.
Well, this is St Aidan's thrift shop, and it's been going now for, I think it must be around about 30 years, and it originally began to fund a minibus, and then it's just like topsy grown, and there are a lot of people who sort of come regularly. We have a group of volunteers, and each has their own day to come and just be a friendly face, as well as providing some really good quality clothing and other household bits and pieces. Vision of the parish really is to be connected with the community, and our strapline for the parish is serving Christ in the community. And the first thing we did was we established a mission team, and this team has been working away with various thoughts and ideas and projects to try to reconnect with the community. And Dorothy is a member of our mission team, and she'll be able to tell you a bit more about that.
Okay, my name's Dorothy Coates, and I'm representing the mission team for St Aidan's Church. In late 2013 we met with the Bishop Allen and Trevor Douglas, the Diocesan Development Officer, and they gave us the idea that we should start trying to reach out into the community. So we set up a small group, and we decided then that St Aidan's should try to reach out, try to become part of the community. But we set about trying to involve people in the church, bringing St Aidan's into the forefront of Sandy Row, Donegal Road, and making it into a meaningful part of people's lives. Stepping stones, small steps, trying to just reach out and take things and see where they went, and if they were successful, do them again. If they weren't, don't do them again. Our future plans are to continue to do what we're doing. We're building up our personal contact with the area around St Aidan's, not just the congregation, but trying to involve the people who say and feel and believe that they belong to St Aidan's, but don't actually come to the church. then you never know who's going to come in. You really, really don't. And we make donations to organisations in the church, the youth organisations, and if the church needs something, we would make a donation to that. We recently bought new hymn books. I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting the people that maybe I wouldn't say about. So I really do enjoy it.
We started off Messy Church 2.5 years ago, and we're doing it very much in conjunction with a local Presbyterian project called Friendship House. We have connected with families through parent and toddlers, through school, through all sorts of activities, and we're really glad to say that we've got a very faithful number of people attending. The kids and the mums are just great. They come in, it's very messy, everything about it is messy, which suits me very well because I'm very messy, and so things are moving slowly but surely with them, and it's great.